On the night of September 21, 2025, the Polish Air Operations Center near Warsaw was calm until a young radar operator spotted a cluster of unidentified blips crossing from Belarus. The blips moved in tight formation, flying low, silent, and without transponder codes. Within seconds, the room snapped to high alert as 19 drones were confirmed, all of Russian origin. These weren't lost aircraft or weather balloons. This was a deliberate, hostile incursion into NATO airspace. The operator's quick action triggered Poland's National Alert Protocol, instantly connecting military and political leaders. A secure line to NATO's Allied Air Command in Germany came alive. The alliance was now on the clock. The command center buzzed with urgency. This was the scenario they'd trained for, a real test of Poland's and NATO's readiness. The drone's flight path was a direct challenge, a calculated provocation demanding a decisive response. Analysts quickly identified the drones as reconnaissance and attack models, their low and slow approach a classic Russian tactic. There was no time for debate, every second counted. The digital blips creeping westward were more than symbols, they were a threat to Poland and the entire alliance. Years of drills would now be put to the test. The initial discovery by a single vigilant operator set off a chain reaction that would define the night. The unseen invasion had begun, and the fragile peace of Europe was suddenly at stake. The command center's tension was palpable as the team prepared for the next move. The world was about to witness NATO's response to a new kind of incursion. The alert triggered an immediate, coordinated response. At Lask Airbase, Polish F-16 pilots scrambled, jets roaring into the night to intercept the intruders. Their mission, visually identify and, if necessary, engage the drones. Simultaneously, U.S. Patriot missile batteries and Polish air defense units powered up, creating a layered shield along the drone's projected path. NATO's air policing mission kicked in. German Eurofighters and British Typhoons stood ready. The alliance's core principle was on display. An attack on one is an attack on all. Real-time coordination between Polish and NATO commanders unified the battle space picture. Information from radar, aircraft, and ground units flowed seamlessly, enabling a rapid, overwhelming response. The system worked as designed, a complex dance of technology and expertise under pressure. The initial shock gave way to focused determination. NATO and Poland weren't just reacting, they were sending a message. Their airspace was not open for violation. The confrontation was now inevitable. Intelligence analysts quickly realized the drones were bait, not a full-scale attack. Russia was testing NATO's response time, systems, and communication, hoping to gather valuable electronic intelligence. By forcing NATO to activate its defenses, Moscow could monitor radar signals and radio chatter from listening posts in Belarus and Kaliningrad. The drones were expendable, their real mission to map out NATO's eastern defenses for future operations. Politically, the incursion was a high-stakes provocation designed to test NATO's unity and resolve. A weak response would embolden Moscow. A strong one risked escalation. The drones were tools in a dangerous game of hybrid warfare, forcing NATO to walk a tightrope. If the alliance hesitated, it would look weak. If it overreacted, Russia could claim provocation. The 19 drones were the opening move in a complex chess match. The world watched to see how NATO would respond. 40 miles inside Poland, a Polish F-16 locked onto the lead drone, a Russian Geran 2. Fox 2, the pilot called, launching a Sidewinder missile that vaporized the target. The battle escalated. F-16s hunted drones at altitude while ground-based systems targeted those flying low. Polish electronic warfare units jammed drone navigation, forcing some to crash or veer off course. The electronic assault disrupted the swarm, making them easier targets for missiles. Patriot batteries engaged clusters of drones, their missiles finding targets with pinpoint accuracy. The engagement was relentless, detection, tracking, destruction, lasting nearly 2 hours. POPRAD units took out low-flying drones while pilots avoided active missile zones to prevent friendly fire. Every move was coordinated, a flawless symphony of air and ground defense. The operation was a live-fire demonstration of NATO's integrated system. The drone's incursion was met with overwhelming force and precision. The alliance's readiness and coordination were on full display. The skies over Poland became a proving ground for modern defense. Every action was governed by strict rules of engagement, no indiscriminate firing. Pilots had to visually confirm each drone before engaging, relaying information to command for authorization. The goal: neutralize threats, while minimizing risk to civilians and infrastructure. Intercepts were prioritized over rural areas to avoid debris falling on populated zones. Commanders anticipated the swarm's movements, positioning assets for safe, effective takedowns. Air and ground forces coordinated in real time, establishing safe corridors and preventing friendly fire. The command center ensured seamless communication and situational awareness. By the end, all 19 drones were destroyed within Polish airspace. No civilian casualties, no debris in towns. The operation was a textbook display of restraint and discipline. NATO's power was matched by professionalism, sending a message of controlled strength. The alliance proved it could act decisively and responsibly under pressure. At dawn, Polish army teams scoured the countryside for drone wreckage. This was more than cleanup. It was a vital intelligence mission. Forensic analysis revealed advanced navigation systems and inert payloads, confirming the drones were bait. Some carried real explosives, underscoring the threat. Components from multiple countries highlighted Russia's reliance on global supply chains. Intelligence was shared with NATO partners, tightening export controls and disrupting procurement. For locals, the night's terror gave way to resolve and reassurance in their military and alliance. The wreckage became a symbol of both the threat and the shield that protected them. The political fallout was immediate. Poland invoked Article 4, bringing all NATO allies to an emergency session. The incursion became an alliance-wide issue, not just a Polish one. NATO's condemnation was swift and unified. Leaders pledged unwavering solidarity. Instead of division, the attack forged new unity and purpose among allies. Allies agreed to bolster eastern defenses under Operation Eastern Sentry, more fighters, surveillance, and air defense systems. Russia's test had triggered a stronger, more fortified NATO. The incident also galvanized support for Ukraine, accelerating air defense aid. The logic was clear: a safer Ukraine meant a safer NATO. The drone attack was a wake-up call, linking Ukraine's security to the alliance's own. Russia's gambit had backfired, strengthening the very unity it sought to undermine. The night over Poland was a real-world test of NATO's integrated air and missile defense. The successful interception of all 19 drones validated years of investment and training. Seamless coordination between allies was NATO's greatest strength. The incident revealed areas for improvement: better electronic warfare, more cost-effective countermeasures. The alliance learned it needed a mix of technologies, including directed energy and advanced gun systems. Most importantly, the alliance proved its resolve, acting decisively and in unity. The message to Moscow was clear: provocations would be met with forceful, unified response. Russia's attempt to divide NATO only made it stronger. The eastern flank was fortified, intelligence gained, and political will solidified. The night the drones challenged Poland became the night NATO's shield proved unbreakable.